Yes, I killed him. I killed him for money. And for a woman. And I didn't get the money, and I didn't get the woman.
You either die a hero, or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
In this comparative study, I will exploring the similarities and differences between Billy Wilder's 1944 classic film noir, Double Indemnity, and Christopher Nolan's 2002 neo-noir, The Dark Knight. Double Indemnity is a famous American film noir from 1944, directed by Billy Wilder and based on James M. Cain's novella. The film is widely recognized as a classic example of the noir genre, featuring themes such as desire, betrayal, and moral ambiguity. It follows Walter Neff, an insurance salesman who became involved in a fatal plan with the attractive Phyllis to murder her husband for insurance money. Reflect on the time World War II finished, Hitler committed suicide, Nazi Germany dissolved, and the Japanese were attacked. Because of the extensive harm and death, society developed a very dark style. The Dark Knight is a superhero film released in 2008, directed by Christopher Nolan. It is the second part in Nolan's The Dark Knight trilogy, following Batman Begins 2005 and Before the Dark Knight Rises 2012. Set in Gotham City, the biggest villain, the Joker, seeks to cause chaos and test Batman's principles. The film depicts modern society's anxieties about terrorism and chaos connecting with real-world events after 9/11. While there are some obvious differences between the noir films Double Indemnity and The Dark Knight, the similarities are also clear in their depictions of moral ambiguity and corruption. It is important to study this film together because while they are from different periods, there are still similarities in how the darkness of human nature is shown. The age in which each picture was released witnessed the depth of society's investigation into human nature and whether it is good or evil. Double Indemnity reflects after World War II America's social fears in the setting of urban industrialization and imperialism, particularly concerned about gender roles and moral ambiguity. The film emphasizes fatalism, serious narrative structure, and expressionistic visuals. This aesthetic draws from German Expressionism, which influenced the film's dark themes and character portrayals. Cultural isolation in America after the war is highlighted by the contrast between suburban normalcy and underlying vice. During a period of increased security worries after 9/11, the film draws viewers' anxieties about monetary technologies and the war on terror. The Joker has been likened to modern terrorist organizations, illustrating how fear can be manipulated for political ends. This connection was even referenced by former President Obama, who compared ISIS to the Joker in terms of its destructive potential. Harvey Dent's transformation into Two-Face serves as a metaphor for the corruption of ideals. Harvey Dent is the first presented as Gotham's White Knight, but his fall into evil highlights how fragile justice is in a corrupt society. His character reflects broader societal conflicts over government and morality by symbolizing the conflict between lawfulness and disorder. Each film's cultural background is important, particularly when compared. Double Indemnity was filmed in 1945. During that time, Hitler committed suicide, Nazi Germany ended, and the Holocaust was exposed. The end of the war brought with it widespread anxieties about nuclear weapons, global destruction, and changes in social norms, including rapid urbanization and changing gender roles. These contexts are represented in the film by using Phyllis, who represents the femme fatale. Her manipulative and corrupt behavior reflects at times widespread distrust and ambiguity. The Dark Knight was filmed in 2008. During that time, security concerns after 9/11 increased societal fears. The film demonstrated concerns about terrorism, anarchy, and chaos, capturing the anxiety of a globe coping with increased security and instability. These backgrounds are represented in the film to the use of the Joker as a force of chaos, resonating with contemporary fears of extremism and unpredictability. Furthermore, Harvey Dent's transformation into Two-Face symbolizes the fragility of justice in a corrupt world, highlighting tensions in ethics and governance. The film used advanced cinematic techniques and film noir to reflect society's struggle with issues of control, safety, and boundaries of ethical behavior. In this scene, Walter decides to help Phyllis murder her husband after falling in love with Phyllis, reflecting his inner mess and moral ambiguity. When Walter agrees to the plan to help Phyllis and decides to take his relationship with Phyllis to the next level, a shadow covers half of his face, indicating his moral rupture. The use of low-key lighting and heavy shadows creates depressive environment that symbolizes Walt's moral values, giving into desire. It's a perfect example to demonstrate how film noir uses shadows and lighting to externalize internal conflict, emphasizing the blurred line between good and evil. In addition, the use of an eye-level over-shoulder shot and medium shot of Walter and Phyllis kissing traps them in the frame and hides most of the background to show tension and to show scenes are not in control, visually indicating the inevitability of their plot and the consequences of their choices, paving the way for the subsequent plot. These elements are all used to show how their mutual greed leads them to murder for money, entering a vicious cycle and ultimately leads emptiness and death. These elements work together to show how the hero pushes himself step by step into the abyss of desire and greed and abandons his own moral principles. The director's lighting and shadow choices give a sense that the hero is slowly eroding. Walter's half face is filled with shadow. Wilder's choices represent after World War II, where darkness and uncertainty are everywhere. Walter's moral compromise reflects the society grappling with changing values in the midst of rapid urbanization. After the Joker's experiment, which aims to force ordinary citizens to confront their capacity of evil, fails, Batman throws him from the rooftop. In this scene, Batman decides to uphold his moral values and his non-kill rule, even though the Joker is villain, which creates lots of chaos for Gotham City. When he hands the Joker from a skyscraper, the camera uses a Dutch angle medium shot to demonstrate the point of view of Batman. The combination of the Dutch angle and the medium shot used on Joker creates unceased discomfort and disillusionment in this scene, just like what the Joker did to Gotham City, turning the world upside down. Additionally, the use of a medium shot hides most of the background to show scenes are not in control, similar to Double Indemnity, adds tension to the scene. This scene is also a POV shot of Batman. He sees the Joker falling from a skyscraper into the darkness of night. It reflects the chaos inside Batman, and his moral values keep shifting as the Joker has been turned upside down, reveal that fragile justice is powerless in front of the bottomless evil, and every moral value can get pushed into ambiguity. For the lighting, the use of low-key light on Joker's half face with deep shadows dominating the background creates a dramatic contrast between light and darkness, reflecting the Joker's twisted nature and the chaos he represents. The Joker exposed his face to light. This metaphorically revealed uncomfortable truths about human nature. In contrast, it directly exposed the darkness of human nature to the light and reflects the tension between good and evil, while Double Indemnity shows it more tactfully. The film embodies fear after 9/11, exploring terrorism and ethical issue of heightened surveillance. Batman's struggle symbolizes a societal tension between maintaining moral integrity and ensuring collective safety, and the Joker symbolizes chaos with cynical philosophy seeking to corrupt hope. In conclusion, while Double Indemnity and The Dark Knight were created in different centuries, both films successfully use lighting and camera angle methods to represent moral ambiguity. They reflect the cultural worries of their different periods, despair after World War II in Double Indemnity, and fears of disorder and terrorism after 9/11 in The Dark Knight. Comparing these films reveal how cinematic skills like lighting, framing, and acting change to represent changing social themes. This demonstrates how moral ambiguity is a timeless topic in narratives, reminding us that the human battle with morality and integrity is still common and relevant.